Yeah, welcome back everyone to Bear's Rod Shop here for July the 13th in Texas. And hadn't been too bad this week. Last week was just humid, hot, real sticky in the shop. Anyhow, a little bit of AC run last week, not too bad on the old good electric bill, but today is kind of decent. And we're out here doing part 3 of that shop made tools, and did a video yesterday setting up, turn over here to the machine, setting up this 2 3/4 manual drawn heavy wall. This is a 3/8 wall pipe, and we talked about on the last video cutting in for these large snap rings, and the reason for them is so that when I undo the head on the little Rockwall Delta drill press out here by myself, I don't have to try to hold it, catch the wrench. I can let it slide down, move these. Only one snap ring is going to be used on every, if I want to move the 1 3/4, I just take my snap ring plier, move it down, move it down, move it down. I will end up cutting one more. I've got about 6 inches chucked up in here. I'm not right at the back of the forejaw, but not having a steady rest or follow rest, it took a while to just actually bore inside so I could set up this piece of high grade heat treated. This is this piece of die for my 20-ton hydraulic press. This is the closest one I had to step down, and so I come in here and bored 1 inch back and put a nice square cut shoulder on it. Then I beveled just the end of this one here. There is some wheel bearing light grease was put in there, and this is my live center here. And so I took the whip out. I had about 4 thousandths run out here. I had about 2.5 to 3 here. This pipe is definitely out of the vendor's place. Probably not running real true, but not bad either. And I can't face it all the way down because this is exact OD that the drill head needs. It needs that 2 3/4. If I go to cutting a little bit, then I really have to clamp down. I don't want to break that casting. Set up this morning, like I say, I've got me a piece of brass gauge pen, and I've already done the calcs on the gauge here on the pen. This being the thinnest part, there is my depth, and this is about 12 thousandths cut, and but it works out real well. So these two had already been cut in. Let's cut 2 more in here on today's video, and then we'll talk a little bit about this chuck and a few other things around the shop. Before we get the thing fired up, here's that plate, and it was setting on part 2 like this, mounted, and I said, well, the pipe will go in here, which came up and stuck up 6 inches above, where the drill head here was going to be limited only with the crank height on the radial arm saw / English wheel over. Slept on it. Now I've got this 16 inches here, so that would put me up another 12 above the top of the arm, which is great. Now I'm about 52 inches off the floor to the quill without a drill bit in. If I've got something that's really unusually hard to get to, I can go that high. Don't think I'll need it, but I've got it, especially when that thing's cranked up. But now, with this pipe welded here, turned over, coming down here, and cranked all the way down on the arm, I am about, instead of 18 inches, I am less than 13 to the chuck, and that is great. You know, we get some of these weird Model A street rod guys who want to turn the frame up. They don't want to drill them by hand. They want them, you know, kind of precision, and that way I can do the big hole saws and then can come back and put the bushings in on the sides of the frames. It just opens up a whole new world to have that, and a mag drill, you know, going on a box frame. That ain't gonna work. It's bigger than the box frame. And watched old Adam over there at A-Bomb fixing that trailer hitch. Well, adapting a brace, angle brace out there for his jack on the shaper. And boy, that's a big old mag drill. I remember them in the ironworking days, you know. They say, hey, you go grab an apprentice, you get that thing up on that beam and you get them holes reamed and drilled. And it's all you could do. That's probably the reason at 64, I gotta remember back 65, I had back surgery. And then after that, 2 hips. But let's get off of that subject. Let's throw some chips. Got the carriage locked in. Let's take this apron here. That was a previous scuff, and I was about 1/8 of an inch off, so. Crank this apron in. Good old Dollar General. We ain't advertising them. It's better than throwing away good money on WD-40. May have to sharpen this cutoff tool here. I was going to use the cutting oil, but then I got the can, then I got a dip, and for sake of video, this is fine. Let's keep this tool nice and cool. I'm getting to love this old Big LeBlanc. You know, the little South Bend was a beaut, and had fun restoring it and using it, but boy, limited on anything you could do with that thing except tiny work. Chuck was a 6-inch with a 9-inch swing. Let's give the old live center a little bit more oil. There's about 4 thousandths to go. Just taking nice and easy today. You don't want to. You had to cut that tool down so thin that you don't want to damage it and then have to redo it. Wish I could actually I could probably choke that bit up a little bit. I'm sticking out there about 3/4. Let's just put a little gauge on here and see where we're at. Yep, says I got 2 thou more. Nice flush, nice flush. Hope everybody's enjoying the kiddos off for out of school. Maybe taking vacation. Ryan over at Metal Shaver, I hope you're watching this, and I hope everybody was a good help to you finding out about those brakes on the big wreckers, on the one, yours. And Brian over there at BC Block, boy, that's a big gantry frame you're making. They're looking good, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, we better do a little check here. Wonderful. Perfect. All right. Let's get this carriage down here out of the way a minute. And I do learn from, like Joe over there at Advanced Innovations. You know, I had Grandpa's old files. I got probably 75 of them. I can't read without my cheaters on. This is something about more. I know I got some brown sharps and some others, some Starrett, but he's always told us make sure he got handles. So I found a box that I didn't even know I had a month or so ago, full of Grandpa's file handles. Somebody pulled off, put in a box. I had started making file handles. Love these because these have got some really good crimping around them. Let's get this thing filed. Quit BSing so much. For me, I like to rest that handle right down there. I just want to give a nice little bevel on each side. Yeah, we could fire up and change the tool holder, put a little nice camphor on. I just want to slide. Yeah, it looks real good. Yep, love it. Yeah, again, like I say, I got these old calipers and stuff. So the next one down, and then off of the very end down there, I still got the other 1.5 inches, not 1.75 inches. I'm going to end up stepping one more end bore just on top of where that 1 inch deep cut is. I'll step into about 1.25 inches. Maybe not. No, that should be plenty. Yeah. Anyhow, let's please talk about this chuck and the 8 and the 10. This being a LeBron doesn't have the D4, D6 type plate, you know, so when you go into reverse, is there a chance? I can't find anybody that pinpoints that, brings up any questions. I know that this chuck here at 12 inch should not spin more than 800 RPM. Now, that's just one sight. I may be wrong. It does have the tag. It's unlegibly abused, and it shows this came with a 12 and an 8 inch chuck in 1941 from LeBron for the 17, 19, all they always give a 4 jaw 12 with these bigger ones and a 3 jaw. I like this 4 jaw. No, I'm still practicing. I get down to about 3 minutes from the time I put my gauge on here to about 3.5. I'll never catch up with Adam or Keith Ferrier or over there at Ox Tool, old Tom. Yeah, them guys, they'll smoke me, but I'd like to try. I mentioned that back when I was doing the mill back there and drilling them holes, but I'm getting there. Yeah, I don't have the best mag to hold my indicator with, so there's another tool that'll show up on my bride's porch, and she'll go, not again. Oh yeah. All right, well anyhow, y'all give me some comments on will this in reverse come off, because I have the variable frequency drive. I can just go up here and I can go to reverse without even switching the gears on this thing. And I like that. I can control the speed right here, and love that too. But so far, the Lathe's turned out to be a really good investment. And I thank Raj here in Arlington, Texas, for dealing with me, helping me load this thing, being so nice, polite. He even come over and went through the mill with me. We didn't go really a whole lot through the lathe because I had just got it set up. I've had this thing since February the 6th, and this is really the first, besides the neighbor, first machining I've done on it, because I've been busy back there with that mill, vamping it on the DRO, putting the scales on. This may actually get a DRO, I'm sure it will. And another thing is it's going to have to move, because over here you can see right here it's got the taper attachment, and when it's traveled out it catches the window trim over there, and that's not good. So I've got to move this out or move it down. I'm probably going to move the toolbox, put this further down, kind of like that window. You know, if I get a storm or something, I can open a blind, I can look out. But y'all please share. Thanks to all my subscribers and viewers. You know, I think we're 140 subscribers. Better than when I started 2 years ago, was 0. But we're getting there, and please stick in there with us, and let's have some fun. And I hope the guys that did the live interview Sunday at 3 p.m., the machinists, I won't mention all their names because it would take up too much time, but do another one, or maybe once a month or once every 2 months, because it was a hoot. A lot of good questions came into them, and I'm sure that Harold's real busy answering those. Joe Pye, Dean, all those guys that were on there, and Billy. But we're just now getting to where we're knowing those folks a little bit through YouTube, and really enjoy it. So y'all have a great summer. Come back and visit. Please share. Amen. That was the wrong word. God bless.